featuring the Houston Oilers versus the New England Patriots. Brought to you by
a great crowd on hand on a cold day in New England. Schaefer Stadium in the playoffs. The New England Patriots against the Houston Oilers. Will be the head coach as long as the Patriots are in the playoffs. But Lynn, right now, his mind is on something else. It is on his quarterback.
Steve Grogan, a couple of weeks ago against Miami, injured his knee. He's kind of passing it off as nothing, but there is speculation he may have to surgery after the season over. But what he does, I guess with Dante, it's an hourly thing because he has so many things wrong with him. But he proved last week what he can do and what he has made out of it. He did a miraculous job against Miami, and I expect him to do the same thing this afternoon. He says he's better today than he was a week ago. Campbell, and what a man he is. I think he is the finest running back as a rookie in the National Football League to come along since 1957 when Jim Brown came into the National Football League. And he's the man that's capable of breaking a ball game wide open. He's done it many times this year. And for the people who have not had an opportunity to watch 34 Earl Campbell run, Earl Campbell, they're going to be keying on Earl Campbell. Number 45, Tim Wilson. If they overreact to Earl Campbell, he's the man that's going to have to do a good job this afternoon.
The receiving core for the Houston Oilers. This includes everybody. Obviously, they won't all be in at the same time.
One of the problems is that Mike Renfro, the fine rookie, is out with knee surgery, and it could be the number 88, Rich Castor, who's been bothered with a leg.
The offensive line, Morris Towns, will also play.
Well, that's true, and here's a team that has done such a tremendous job blocking for Earl Campbell.
For the New England Patriots, temperature in the upper 30s, overcast, possibility of rain or sleet later on this afternoon. Third and 15, 20, 25, 26-yard line, maybe the 27-yard line where the Houston offense will go to work. And first down. Campbell, the remaining back. Campbell carries. 5 yards to the 31-yard line, second down 5. Now let's go back to Ken Burra in motion. Campbell, first down, 41-yard line. Doug Bedoin makes the tackle. We were isolated on Earl Campbell.
We just got through talking about the importance of Earl Campbell, how great a running back he is. But you must have the men up front to do the job. And you can see the good blocking. Nelson is being blocked, and with the great power in the legs of Earl Campbell, when he gets through that seam, he's going to make some good yardage.
Speaking of the legs of Earl Campbell, the beginning of the season.
He wants fewer games, now that's it.
First down, Campbell one more time. Held at 2 yards. Ball game just underway. Pastorini throws. It's there, out of bounds. Ken Burra, 49-yard line of the New England Patriots.
In excellent shape. The knee doesn't seem to be bothering him too much. This is just a quick out. He's seeing that defensive back is way off of 0-0 Ken Burrow. Gets it out to him. The reason he's off of him because offensively moving that football.
Burrow in motion, the only wide receiver. Campbell, he's in trouble. And out of bounds. He'll lose a couple of yards. Rod on. Second down and 12. Rich Castor in as a tight end. He could be both wide and tight. Pastorini to throw. Wanted to set a screen. Is swarmed under. They'll mark it back at the 37-yard line. A loss of 12. Ray Hamilton, Richard Bishop, and Steve Zabel.
And we're finding out about Dan Pastorini, and if he's healthy this week. Here he's coming with the blitz. The safety man is coming in. Linebacker's coming, putting pressure on him. He's going down. He's taking a shot there. The knee is twisted around. I'm sure he got hit in the ribs, but he jumped right back up. That's the thing that I think that, is a wise move. Here's a man that does not have the mobility because of the injury. You might as well go out after him, particularly early.
And he lost a shoe and a helmet in the process. Third down, 24. Rich Castor. Quick screen, Castor to the 44. They say a fumble. The Patriots say a fumble. Is the deep back. Westbrook, one of the up backs, along with Dick Kahn. Cliff Parsley, 38.4-yard average during the regular season against Miami at a 44-yard average. Into a headwind. High, lazy floater. A scramble for the football. The Oilers claim possession. The officials say no, New England has it.
To go to him with those little passes over the middle. Also,
not in that picture, but in the big picture of the afternoon, right? Andy Johnson.
Number 32, Andy Johnson, the ball.
27-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Stanley Morgan, Harold Jackson, the wide receivers. Russ Francis is the tight end. He may have a problem.
his problem, he left practice the other day because of...
3rd down 6. Oh, okay, 3rd down 6. Francis changed sides. That changes the strength, changes the force man. Drogan goes deep to Russ Francis over his head, incomplete. It'll be 4th down.
Finland isn't flowing quite as rapidly.
Gerald Wilson kicking to Robert Woods. Woods takes it on a hop. The ball plays him. Fumble. Finally comes up with it. Is down at the 17-yard line. So Robert Woods for Houston, the same problem he had last week. As Mike Hawkins was down very quickly, a 55-yard punt by Gerald Wilson. Houston from their own 17, no score. Rich Castor stays in as a second tight end. Remaining back is Earl Campbell. Campbell carries. Campbell, 24-yard line. Raymond Claiborne makes the tackle.
Well, Mr. Earl Campbell is tough to bring down. You can see the legs were continuing to move all of the time in that last run. The defensive backs do not like to see him in the secondary.
Campbell already has 22 yards rushing, and we're just 4.5 minutes into the ball game.
Last week against Miami had, I think, 14 or 16 yards in the entire first half.
2nd and 3. Campbell again. About a down and 1. Rucker is in, 2 tight ends. Campbell. 1st down. Almost to the 30-yard line. Steve Nelson is the man who brought him down.
Now, I talked about a power runner. There it was. There wasn't much of anything there, but Earl Campbell, when he got a hold of the football, he had about a 6-yard run, so he had momentum going, and he was looking for one thing, and that was just that 1 yard to pick up the 1st down to continue this drive. You can see that how that defense is respecting him, because the linebackers and all those people are up right around that line of scrimmage. Pastorin's going to come up with a play pass pretty soon.
You saw the visual. First rookie since Jim Brown to win the NFL rushing title. I'll give you a comparison on that in just a moment. You were looking for it. The Blitzers were looking for it. Doug Bedoin, then Richard Bishop, 2nd sack for the New England Patriots.
Well, what has happened is he got up that time, and it shows you how all that equipment is working. But they are going out after Dan Pastorini. They want to put a few licks on him and see how that equipment is working. You can see the safety man is coming in. He's involved in the play. So is the linebacker.
Speaking of his equipment, he has a brace on his knee, but he also is wearing a flak vest. We'll be showing you that as we continue with our coverage here. Campbell comes out for a moment. Ronnie Coleman replaces him. 2nd and 19. Tim Wilson, Bird. Next week on NBC, Pastorini has completed 2 of 2 passes for 15 yards. Throws this one. It's on target. Close to the 1st down. It will be a 1st down. Mike Barber. He falls in that category of being underrated. Quickly moving that category to greatness. Last week he had 112 yards receiving. Here, a big 1st down. It was 3rd and 16. Bedoin and Fox finally stopped him.
A good reason for it, because he's an outstanding receiver with great speed. Now you can see 78 McGee putting pressure on. Pastorini gets nailed once again as he releases the ball. He has such a strong arm, though, that he's able to get it to Barber. And now he's going to pick up the 1st down on his own, skipping and doing whatever he can do to pick up the 1st.
At the Houston 41-yard line, 1st down. Campbell back in. He's the remaining back. Fake to Earl on play action. Throws all alone on his down, and it's picked off. Mike Hayes. No, it was Kip Fox. The free safety. Burrow, the intended receiver, he looked alone, but Fox was waiting for him.
Play action pass. He was trying to hit him between 2 defensive players, but number 48, Fox, was reading it all the way in great position to come up with a catch intended for number 00, Ken Burrow.
When we come back, New England at their own 40-yard line, no score. They changed the strength as Francis changed. You'll watch the defense also change. Cunningham. 48-yard line. It'll be second down 2. Steve Kiner is the man who stopped him. New England, their own 48-yard line. 6:20. Time remaining. First quarter. No score. Horace Ivory now in as a running back. Third down and 2. Johnson, I believe he's got it. They'll mark it right on the first down marker.
Well, if he's got it, he got it through fine effort, and he is that type of a player. He's not the big burn that carried the offense on 2 or 3 of the drives practically all himself.
And here is Sam Cunningham of USC. And, of course, it will be USC in the Rose Bowl against Michigan tomorrow afternoon on NBC. Ted Washington makes the tackle. We'll have Orange Bowl coverage also. That's another great one. Be there. Dick Enberg and Merlin Olsen will be at the Orange Bowl. Second down and 4. Sam Cunningham. About a yard shy of the first down.
You can see their game. They like to go to his side because of his outstanding ability to block. He's generally on the weak side or away from the tight end or the flanker.
Third and 1 as they just lean in. Andy Johnson trying to pick up the Stanley Morgan, the wide receiver on the near side. Harold Jackson, wide receiver on the far side. Cunningham, straight shot. 35-yard line, a gain of 4. It'll be second down and 6. A very physical ball game thus far. It's been Earl Campbell on one side and Sam Cunningham on the other.
Well, this is going to be a physical football game.
Field. Andy Johnson comes out at second and 6. Horace Ivory. He is decked at the 32 by Steve Kiner. Kiner in his 8-year career has been with several ball clubs, including New England twice.
Twice in New England, and I know today he had somewhat of a little virus, and he isn't feeling too well, and this could take its toll perhaps in the fourth quarter. He's relaxed outwardly, but inside there's some things churning. I know that.
He was great at the press conference yesterday.
He's unbelievable.
Third down, actually about 2.5. Andy Johnson. He has been the third down big play man thus far in the ball game, and should have another first down. Greg Bingham makes the tackle. It is
around there that he can throw that play action pass.
Houston, 28-yard line, first down.
He's checking off at the line of scrimmage.
Cunningham. 24-yard line. It'll be second down 6.
Now, he was checking off at the line of scrimmage. When the quarterback takes that long to get the cadence and the ball snapped, he had a play called, and he looked at the defense, and he said, no, that play isn't that good. I better go to something that has a better chance of working.
Elvin Bethea and Greg Bingham on the last tackle for the Houston Oilers. Hasselbeck comes in. Jackson comes out. Now 2 tight ends as Bum Phillips looks on. He wants to stop, of course, the New England Patriots. Again, Russ Francis changes side. Now is a flanker. Cunningham. Defense swarms all over him. He's here to join us. Super Saturday night. Grogan to throw. Under pressure. And he will be sacked. At the 26-yard line. He loses 3. It'll be fourth down and 8.
But what they put an additional lineman in, and they came after him with 4 men. Putting good pressure on him, no place to go. He didn't want to throw the ball up for grabs, so they wisely just tucked it down. So one thing about Grogan you got to do, you can't let him get outside. There's Washington coming from the outside. You got to make him come up inside where you have some help from the other defensive linemen.
And they still get him one more time.
See, number 78, Curly Cole, coming 59 is Washington. That's the man that disrupted the whole thing, Ted Washington, number 59.
From the end zone, a 44-yard field goal attempt by David Posey. It is no good. It is no good. Oh, it's great action. Be sure to be with us January 14th for the return of Sports World. Rich Castor, Ken Burra, Robert Woods, all in as wide receivers, but Earl Campbell carries. Now, Pastor can double up also moving in as a tight end. We'll mention that. Steve Zabel with a defensive play. We'll look again to Earl Campbell.
Well, he's the man they want to get the football to, but they're doing a great job of stringing it out. You can see number 72, Mel Lunsford, not letting him go inside. There's nowhere to go for number 34, Earl Campbell. Finally, Big Sam Hunt, number 50, brings him down. He's an interesting story, Charlie, because he weighs in around 260 to 70 pounds, but he runs about a 4.7 40. That could be illegal.
You didn't think he was that quick, did you? He runs sprints with the wide receivers. Second down and 6. Campbell. There's a couple of yards. Sam Hunt, man you were talking about. Campbell comes out. Ronnie Coleman comes in. He joins Tim Wilson. Robert Woods, the wide receiver, also leaves the ballgame. It's third down and 8.
Oh, they're up there.
Everybody is coming. They show blitz, and they do blitz. Going deep. It is caught. Ken Burra. Burra will score. Ken Burra with an all-out blitz by New England. Got behind Mike Haynes and Pastorini. He had to pay the price of the blitz. The Oilers have the lead. 71 yards on the play.
It looked like they brought everybody, with the exception of maybe Chuck Fairbanks, into there. Mike Hayes is the man that was coming. Here's Pastorini. You can see that everybody's coming. 48, strong safety, or the free safety, strong safety. Now look here, there's great concentration. Mike Hayes, number 40, had pretty good coverage on Ken Burrow, but the thing is the ball was underthrown just slightly, and Burrow had his eye on it all of the time.
74
right
yards in the drive, and watch him tiptoe down the sideline.
Yes. He knows where he's at. He knows where he's at. I saw him in the locker room before the game, and I said, "Are you ready?" He said, "You better believe it."
And Dean Look, the official, was right with him.
Look was looking.
Fish with the extra point. It is good. The Oilers have the lead. It is Houston 7, New England nothing, with 13:25 time remaining in the first half. January 14th. It is a great show, and we're looking forward to a great season. Show the speed burner from the University of Texas on the receiving end. Claiborne at the 10, 15, 20, turns upfield, 40, 50. Fantastic return, New England, to get right back in the ball game. Wide to the near side. Rogan play action, under pressure. He tries to drop it 9 yards rushing. First time in NFL history that one team has had 4 men over the 500 yards. Flea flicker, going deep into coverage. It is intercepted at the goal line. They are going to rule it at the 1 yard line, the interception. The Oilers, of course, wanted in the end zone to bring it out to the 20. I believe it was Mike Reinfeldt that picked it off.
They were looking for this all the way. That is not particularly a great play on second 10 yardage. That's a first down type of play when they're looking for a run. But the defense was looking for pass all the way. Mike Reinfeldt was back there waiting for it, coming up with the interception.
So the Oilers have the ball. They have the lead, and we have a timeout. It's Houston 7.
The anniversary of Joe Willie Namath's miracle victory when he predicted it.
He'll be one of the special guests on Super Bowl Saturday night. Campbell out at the 2 yard line. Claiborne pushed him out.
Working room, so if the ball is a bad snap or something, it's not going to go in the end zone. New England did a great job not permitting him to cut up inside.
31 yards this far in the ballgame, 10 carries. Campbell again. Richard Bishop was there. Third down and 8. Tim Wilson is stopped shy of the first down. A flag is down. First flag of the ball game with 12 minutes, 8 seconds left in the first half. Mel Lunsford and Sam Hunt teamed up on the last tackle. It is against New England. That will give the Oilers a first down.
Well, of all times where you did not want to get a penalty, it's down there because they would have had the ball in excellent field position. Now they're giving Houston a little more breathing room. Well, they don't have to be concerned about that end zone back there.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 48, defense, first down.
Call on Tim Fox, number 48. Let's see if we can pick it up. Yes, there he is. He got there late. Late hit. First down for Houston. They've got a mix-up goal.
Oh, this ain't going to work.
They've got flags all over the field. 22, a loss of a yard back to the 21. With the penalty being declined, it'll be second down and 11, and now Houston could regather their forces.
They're bringing in 3 wide receivers now. Robert Woods in the ball game, replacing Wilson, the fullback. There's one running back, number 34, Earl Campbell. Nope.
Fake the reverse. It's a screen. Back to Earl Campbell. Campbell fights his way to the 31-yard line. He'll be about a yard shy of the first down.
I'm going to tell you something, Charlie. That was a good fake to number 86, Mike Barber, by Dan Pastorini, because if he had the play called where the tight end was going to run the ball, he'd have been nailed because they were coming after him. The screen pass out to Earl Campbell, and you see the great mobility that he has. He's got the great ability to catch a football, but he has the ability, when he's going down, to maintain his balance.
Now, Earl Campbell does not make that many receptions, only 12 during the regular season.
Well, a lot of times they take him out in passing situations, put Ronnie Coleman in the ballgame because of Ronnie's experience.
Here's Campbell. Easy first down with lots of yardage to spare. He goes out just shy of the Houston 49-yard line where Raymond Claiborne was in hot pursuit.
Well, number 48, Tim Fox, had a shot at tackling him, but I was just mentioning the great...
That is the front 3 now for the New England Patriots. A first down for Houston, their own 49. Campbell has come out for a breather. First back through is Tim Wilson. Down and 8. Passing situation for Pastorini. 71-yard touchdown pass to Ken Burrow. That has been the only score. Coleman. And he is brought down by Ernie Hall. 43-yard line. Castor goes in motion. Pitches to Campbell. That's back. First down. Now that was a third down and short yardage situation where everybody in the stands knows that Earl Campbell is going to carry the ball for Houston.
Well, I'll tell you, here's an amazing statistic on Earl Campbell, number 34. In short yardage situations, that's 3 yards or less. A lot of times, third down, you have virtually almost 11 people up on the line of scrimmage. He has averaged over 7 yards per carry. It's an outstanding average.
That's 7 yards when everybody knows he's coming with the football. First down, 37-yard line, Burrow in motion. Campbell, flea flicker, back to Pastorini. Goes into defensive coverage, tipped. Steve King could not.
Would have had a better shot at catching it if he had thrown to him.
Second and 10. Ronnie Coleman tried to come in, ran out of time. Couldn't. Wilson carry. Steve Zabel makes the tackle. They'll mark it at the 32-yard line, so it'll be third down and 5.
That's the only thing we know.
Burrow and Castor are the wide receivers. Both backs stay in the block. Pass is on target. It is a first down, tight end Mike Barber, and he fights for every inch of turf here at New England. Rod Schoen and Doug Bedoin finally pull him down.
Well, once again, Pastorini really put zip on it, but he paid the penalty for it because he got up very, very slowly that time. But here's the reason that he is so valuable, even with an injury, is that strong arm of his. Look at what whips that ball, really gets great velocity, and it's right where it's supposed to be, right on the line, right by the numbers. An easy catch for a receiver to follow.
Pastorini, 6 of 8, 125 yards, 1 interception, and 1 touchdown pass. Earl Campbell is back in. Remember this drive? It started with the interception back on the 1-yard line. Now at the New England 21. Wilson and deep. Is it Barber again?
Yes.
It is. It's the tight end, Mike Barber, with the touchdown. 19 yards on the play. And listen to this, a 99-yard touchdown drive in 14 plays. 99 yards in 14 plays.
They brought Ronnie Coleman in this ball game, and if you get an opportunity, we can see it. Number 47 is going to provide an excellent block, enabling him to get in right there. That block enabled him to get into the end zone, and great effort by number 86, Mike Barber.
He has made super catches throughout this first half.
You got to give credit to Pastorini. Barber did a great job, but that ball was really fired and was right where it's supposed to be, right in the numbers.
Tony Fritz to attempt the extra point. It is good. And the Houston Oilers, the wild card team, they lead the New England Patriots by a score of 14-0 with 6:48 left to go in the first half. And you know that if he shaved that off, hi Mike, and took that black stuff off his face, he looked like he's about 15 years old. That's the reason he wears the beard, I know.
He's running around out there like he's about a 15-year-old colt. Boy, he's doing a great job for Houston. He's done a great job coming up with some big catches all year long.
Tony Fritz to kick off. Now remember, Claiborne returned the last kickoff 52 yards.
They don't want him to have it.
No. So Don Westbrook will return. No, that's wrong. It's Jim McAllister. And a flag comes flying. McAllister, the former world-class long jumper from UCLA on the return. J.C. Wilson of the Oilers makes the tackle.
Looks like it's going to be going against the New England Patriots, putting themselves deeper in the hole. Don Hasselbeck, he may be the culprit. You can see him complaining right there. And generally, when you see that, you know that's the man they threw the flag on.
So rather than the big return that they had the last time, the return not that bad to the 29-yard line by Jim McAllister. But here comes the penalty. Oh, that's a heater over there. Everybody's trying to stay warm today.
Well, that's terrible.
Use of hands. Number 80, receiving team during the run back. First down.
Call against Hasselbeck.
We had Gerald Wilson over there.
He ought to keep his feet warm, not his hands.
Well, the older you get, the circulation in your body is active as when you're young.
New England now from their 19-yard line with the first down. They trail 14-0. Andy Johnson comes out running. Let me correct one more time. That was Cunningham. Steve Kiner was there. And regional basketball as you look to the drive. 99 yards in 14 plays. Regional basketball on NBC. Saturday, January the 6th. Notre Dame, Villanova, Davidson, Furman, LSU, Kentucky, Texas, and Texas Tech. Also, we've got, look at those, a lot of outstanding regional basketball on January the 6th. And our basketball coverage will go to the NCAA championships again this year. Horace Ivory. Ivory turns the corner. He's out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Steve Kiner is the man who nailed him, and we pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network.
KPRC-TV, Channel 2, Houston.
This is Charlie Jones, Lynn Dawson. The Houston Oilers leading the New England Patriots 14-0 in the second quarter with 5:58 time remaining in the first half. The winner here goes on to Pittsburgh to play in the championship game on NBC next Sunday, and the winner there, of course, goes on to the Super Bowl on NBC January the 21st. Andy Johnson. Down 14-0. I'm surprised the Patriots are not throwing the football. Another flag is down.
They don't want to alter their game plan that much right now to take a chance at putting the ball up in the air all the time, because they do have an outstanding offensive line. They've got an outstanding running game.
A standing room-only crowd. The weather this afternoon, it is overcast, it is cold, and there is that threat of drizzle or sleet later on this afternoon as the front is moving through just north of here. And as part of that NCAA doubleheader, Rutgers at UCLA will be the national telecast following the regional telecast. The conference on the last penalty still going on.
You know, Charlie, I think it might be number 80, Don Hasselbeck.
Again?
Again. It's what, 2 out of 3 plays or whatever it is that he's been caught. Doing it is one thing. Getting caught is something else.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness, number 80, offense, first down.
Could be. He's letting his temper get a hold of him. This is a game of controlled emotion, not anger. Got to get his head right back in the ball game and concentrate on what his job is out there this afternoon.
Chuck Fairbanks.
Those penalties, you know, they do nothing but hurt your team. And it's an emotional game because this is for all the marbles out there. If you don't win, you don't go on.
Now they're marking it second down and 21. The penalty coming after the play. Second and 21 back at the 19. This is where New England started from. They sent 5 receivers in the pattern. To Russ Francis. Francis has the ball, 32-yard line. It will be third down and around 8 yards to go for the first down as Bill Courier and Robert Brazil stop Russ Francis.
Good throw by Steve Grogan. A good catch by Russ Francis. Number 52, you mentioned Brazil. He was showing the great mobility and speed that he has. He was back there deeper than number 81, Francis.
And that was Grogan's first completion of the afternoon. 1 of 5 attempts, now 13 yards, 1 interception. But he always starts slow.
Well, he comes up with some very big plays practically every ball game.
Third and 8. There's another down, 50-yard line. Stanley Morgan. Mike Reinfeldt makes the tackle. 18 yards and a first down.
Number 86, Stanley Morgan. Great speed. They have to respect that. And what he's trying to do is just find an open area. They're in the zone. And here comes number 37, the safety, Reinfeldt, coming in, but too late because the pass by Grogan was a beauty. It was right on target. Number 86, Stanley Morgan, coming up with a big first down for New England because they need to get on the scoreboard before halftime.
The number 1 draft choice last year out of the University of Tennessee. First down, right at the 50-yard line. Houston leads at 14-0. Again, 5 men on the pattern. Cunningham. He has 7 yards. Heiner makes the tackle.
Yeah, you can listen to the crowd. They thought perhaps that Sam Bam Cunningham may have got hit just a little late by a Houston defensive man. Here it is, Grogan going back, reading the coverage, reading the defense to see which man he's going to go to, and he hits number 39, Sam Cunningham. And there's a hit right there by
Greg Bingham.
Number ex-Boilermaker, number 54, Bingham.
It is second down and 3. Grogan is like the girl with a little curl in her forehead. He's very, very good or very, very bad. Cunningham, first down. 39-yard line. Needed 3, he got 4. Today's telecast presented by authority of the National Football League, intended for the private use of our audience in the field. Throwing on first down. Incomplete. Throwing behind Harold Jackson.
I can see the fans, Charlie, the fans reacting about that throw, but it could have been, he was fairly well covered. Had the ball really been pretty close to on the money, there was a defensive man in the area.
Willie Alexander was right there. Now, what goes through your mind? You've been in that situation time and time again. When the man is covered, do you just want to dump it off? Or do you look to your secondary receiver? What are you doing?
Well, if you have a primary receiver, you're looking and you're reading defensive personnel out there, and they're going to dictate pretty much who you're going to be able to throw to. If no one's open, you don't want to take the loss, you get rid of it. But Grogan has a great ability to run with the football.
Second and 10, he goes deep. Overthrows Stanley Morgan. Morgan feels he was interfered with. Willie Alexander again with the cover. It'll be third down and 10.
Steve Grogan so far not off to a real good afternoon. He's going for all of it right now. Going deep, intended for number 86, Stanley Morgan. He's taking a look. He knows what's happening. Give it to me. Give it back to me.
New England on third down has converted 3 of 5 opportunities, but this is third down and 10. And the Oilers have now an extra man in their secondary.
This is definitely a very big third down situation. 2:55 remaining in the half. They've yet to score.
Again, 5 on the pattern. Quarterback draw. This is a planned play. Grogan, first down, 23-yard line. Bill Courier makes the tackle.
Well, we said what a big dimension he has offensively for this team because of his ability to run. And there it is, right up the middle. This is a designed draw play. And when he gets upfield, he's not looking for a place to fall down. He's looking to get as much yardage as he possibly can.
And he picked up 15 yards and the first down.
And it was a very, very big first down. Taking about 4 steps back, letting that defense come after him, and then popping to the open hole.
And I don't think that knee is bothering him at all. At the Houston 23, New England jump. Shelby Jordan was one of the Patriots who jumped as flags go flying.
There had to be mix-up in the count because there were too many of them jumping offside.
So it'll be 1st and 15.
That's one thing about the counts. You tell your people never leave that huddle unless you absolutely know for sure what the count is on.
Ball start. Number 61, offense. First down.
Sam Adams was also involved. We now have 2:12 time remaining in the first half. It is 1st and 15 at the Houston 28-yard line. Oilers lead it 14-0. Play action. Hit incomplete. Trying to hit Stanley Morgan. Pass was too high. Sailed on it.
Bell just got away from number 14, Grogan, because Morgan had a step on it. Had the ball been lower, he could have come up with that football. The one thing that he was concerned about because of the linemen, how tall they are, and the linebackers and their height, getting their hands up, making sure you get it over their hands. That's why you have to have a lane to throw in. You really can't throw over someone out there, even though Grogan is about 6'4" tall.
For Steve Grogan this afternoon, his 50th consecutive start. That is the most current series by a starting quarterback in the National Football League. 2nd and 15. Cunningham stays in the block. Grogan lots of time. Now he rolls out. Now he can see better. Throws into the end zone. It is no good. Harold Jackson, the intended receiver. He ran out of real estate. He couldn't pull in the football.
Charlie, you made a big statement there that he was able to see. He was forcing that defense to do something, and they had to go up and do something because of his great running ability. He wasn't taking a chance on an interception. Make sure if his man didn't get it, no one did.
2-minute warning will be given to both benches. It is Houston 14 and New England nothing. I've been playing in case of the weather. He said, if the big ones don't fly, I don't fly. Okay, 3rd and 15. Grogan missed his first 4 passes, hit his next 3. Has now missed 4 in a row. Under pressure, he's intercepted the 7-yard line. Houston has the football. Mike Reinfeldt, his 2nd interception of the day.
They're also going to, I think, throw a flag down on New England, hitting the man out of bounds. Going to give him an additional 15 yards and put Houston in an excellent field position to score once again. He's getting pressure. Number 14, Grogan, one of his receivers fell down, which is a problem. He got hit just as he released the ball, wasn't able to put enough zip on it. And there's the man, Reinfeldt, right there, looking at it all the way, coming up, and he's going to get as much as he can, then get out of bounds. But he's getting hit right there. Shelby Jordan, number 74.
Mike Reinfeldt, his 2nd interception. That is his 3rd in postseason play. He had an interception.
Hitting late out of bounds, number 74, Patriots.
Ball on Shelby Jordan. If we could look at that pressure one more time, Elvin Bethea was coming over the top of that Houston rush. Look for number 65. Here comes Bethea. You've got to get rid of the ball.
And he couldn't see. You know, I was talking about a lane he could not see because Bethea was right in his face.
Now the Oilers from their own 49-yard line have a first down. At the New England 39-yard line, he has a first down. He has 1:38 left in the first half, and he has the lead, 14-0. Quick screen, Rich Castor. Castor, who's been bothered by a groin injury, is about 85% well.
I don't know if he's even that. Boy, he didn't look like he was taken off very well after catching that football. He's not getting up very well. I would look for him to be replaced now because he's going back to that huddle very slowly. Quick screen by Pastorini, faking and getting it out in a hurry, hoping to get the offensive lineman out in front of Rich Castor, number 88. But you can see right there, he's not accelerating right there the way that he is capable of doing. That leg is still bothering him quite a bit.
You notice the old pro, he put that football in the left arm when he got pressure from the right side.
Got out of bounds.
2nd down, 5. Robert Woods is replacement. Tim Wilson Excuse, let's teach me to speak. Third down and 3. Campbell is back in. Pass Reed to throw on 3rd and 3. It's on target to Mike Barber, the tight end. He has been the star. 10-yard line. 22 yards on the play. Bedoin makes the tackle. And Houston takes the timeout. Now, as Pastorini goes to the sideline, you can see underneath the jersey.
It's a great, great throw. Look at that throw. Two defenders right there, right on the numbers. When you talk about on the numbers, I'm talking about 8-6. If you get the ball there, it's going to be caught about 99% of the time.
Now, there's you, in the blackjack.
Well, that would be the position that the quarterback would have his arm up if he got hit in the ribs. And you were whacking me with that headgear, trying to miss, I think, Charlie. But it does a great job, and it does not restrict the quarterback from throwing because that whole outfit only weighs 7 ounces. It has that ability.
Better receiving than throwing.
Yes.
First down at the 10-yard line. 1:18 left in the first half. Pastorini throws in the end zone. It is too tall. Barber in the lineup. Earl Campbell behind Wilson. Campbell slips 2 tackles. Reverses, loses yardage. Back to the 14. Steve Bennett lost. Earl Campbell's total is 49 yards rushing thus far in the first half. Barber has a touchdown. Mike Barber. What an afternoon he is having in his second year. A second-round draft choice in 76.
They had a blitz on. You can see 56 Ron Schott is coming in, and there's Campbell blocking, or trying to anyway. Barely gets it off before he gets nailed by Schott, the linebacker. 86 Barber is wide open. Somebody blew the coverage for New England out there because somebody should have been a lot closer to Barber than this. Nobody out there.
Barber, 5 receptions, 74 yards, 2 touchdowns. The drive, 51 yards in 7 plays. And remember, Mike Reinfeldt set it up with the interception. Rich to attempt the point after. It is good. It is Houston 21. New England nothing with 25 seconds left to go in the first half.
Charlie, does this game...
Don O'Meara and his close friends.
A couple of his friends, yes. I haven't told you about the football players that are going to be there, like, Terry Big Star JoJo Staubach skates to his music.
Squib kick. He wants time to run out. It goes past McAllister. McAllister then picks it up. He's out to the 25-26. Good second effort by Jim McAllister on the return of the squib kickoff.
Well, he got 18 seconds remaining, and that ran off about 7 seconds because the play does not start in the last 2 minutes until the man touches the football. Coming out and starting the second half.
Thank you. Owen throws. It is incomplete. Cunningham, the intended receiver. 13 seconds now remaining in the first half.
Just to get his feet wet out there. Number 17, Tom Owen, who had really an excellent preseason for the New England Patriots. A lot of fans up in this area felt that perhaps
he will be sacked. Wrapped up by number 77, James Young. And with the sack, the clock moves to 6 seconds. Time remaining in the first half.
James Young.
That is the end of the first half. At 21, New England nothing. Second half, here are the statistics. Lynn?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Dan Pastorini and Mike Barber, you take a look at the statistics here in the first.
Tony French. Claiborne fields it at the 2-yard line. Raymond the speedster. At 21, New England nothing. Second half, here are the statistics. Lynn?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Dan Pastorini and Mike Barber, you take a look at the statistics here in the first.
Tony French. Claiborne fields it at the 2-yard line. Raymond the speedster, the 15, gets outside. He's to the 20, avoids another tackler. He'll be swarmed under out of bounds around the 22-yard line. Now we'll check for the quarterback of New England in the second half. Kurt Knopf made the play on the specialty teams, along with Guido Merkins of the Houston Oilers.
Tom Owen.
So it will be Tom Owen at quarterback. Sam Cunningham will be one of the running backs along with either Andy Johnson or Horace Ivory. The wide receiver, Stanley Morgan, Harold Jackson, Russ Francis, the tight end. That offensive line, Leon Gray, John Hanna, Bill Linkaitis, Sam Adams, and Shelby Jordan. New England, their backs to the wall. They trailed 21-0 as we open the second half. 5 men on the pattern. Russ Francis, first down. 37-yard line, a gain of 50.
Number 17, Tom Owen, coming right out firing. They know they got to get some points on the scoreboard. Good protection by that fine offensive line of the Patriots, and he drills it. It was Francis going down, just turning right around, and gets the ball, picking up a first down. Now, they got to get moving, and they got to come up with a first down. You can see number 81, Francis. He's just stopping in front of the secondary. The ball is right on the money, picking up the first down.
Thought he might have a problem with a hamstring. He doesn't appear to have that problem today. First down, 37-yard line. New England, their own territory. Owen again. Throws underneath. Harold Jackson, the intended receiver. He had pressure, and he underthrew him. So it'll be second down and 10 at the New England 37-yard line. Now we can check out the defense for the Houston Oilers. The defensive front three has been James Young, Curly Culp, and Elvin Bethea. Now, Andy Doris and Ken Kennard also in there on this situation in case it's a pass down in field position. The linebackers, Ted Washington, Steve Kiner, Greg Bingham, and Robert Brazil. In the secondary, Willie Alexander and Greg Stimrick on the corners, Bill Courier at strong safety, and Mike Reinfeldt, the free safety. 2 interceptions in the first half. Both interceptions led eventually to scores. Owen throws. Russ Francis. 42-yard line. That's 5 yards. It'll be third down and 5.
Charlie, he did not see number 39, Sam Cunningham. He was waltzing wide open down near the sideline, no one around because 2 defensive men converge on 81, Russ Francis.
Ted Washington and Willie Alexander making the last tackle for the Houston Oilers. Russ Francis now 3 receptions, 34 yards. Houston with Pastorini's 3 touchdown passes. 1 to Ken Burr of 71 yards. 2 to Mike Barber of 19 and 14 yards. Third and 5. Incomplete. Horace Ivory could not hold on to it. Pass was a little low.
Well, also number 54, Bingham, the linebacker, was right there with him. He would have had to drill that ball, hit him right in the numbers, and I don't even know if he'd have been able to pick up a first down had he caught the football.
Now, Gerald Wilson will be kicking. You played with him. His average is terrible this year during the regular season, next to last in the NFL.
Well, Gerald Wilson telling me that most of the time this great offense of New England moves the football, and he's always kicking from around the 50, and he's trying to hang the ball up high. Very seldom has he been able to get back and really let it go.
Robert Woods is deep. The rookie from Grambling. He has had a problem fielding it. It is short, taken by one of the up-backs. Houston will have the ball at their own 36-yard line, and we'll be back in a moment with a score. Houston 21 and New England nothing. 13:04 left to go, third quarter. Conway Heyman, Carl Mock, Ed Fisher, Morris Town. First down, Houston, their own 36-yard line. Earl Campbell. Campbell breaks it. Campbell to the 50. Campbell finally pushed out of bounds by Mike Hayes. Earl Campbell, 5'11", 224 pounds, former Heisman Trophy winner from Texas, Rookie of the Year in the NFL.
They have a man in motion going the opposite way, hoping to get rotation by the backs. Good blocking up front by that Houston offensive line. Do not grab him with hands. You got to put a shoulder pad into number 34. He's not going out. Finally coming out, Mike Hayes making the final hit, knocking him out of bounds.
He matched his numbers, a gain of 34 yards on the play for Earl Campbell.
We had mentioned pregame show and also showed the power of number 34, Earl Campbell. You just saw it right there.
Earl Campbell, 23-yard line. He picks up 6. It'll be second down and 4. The defense for New England is Mel Lunsford, Raymond Hamilton, Richard Bishop up front. Linebackers are Steve Zabel, Steve Nelson, Sam Hunt, and Rod Schultz. Secondary, Raymond Claiborne, Mike Ames, Doug Bedoin, and Tim Fox. You expect Houston to be conservative. Look at that.
Yes,
you can
they are.
be conservative with a running back like Earl Campbell.
You're not conservative when you give it to him because you get a little seam and he's gone. But 91 yards rushing so far, and I believe New England's only given up 100 yards rushing once this year to a running back.
2nd and 4. Campbell again. Just a couple of yards. Raymond Hamilton, the man they call Sugar Bear, the nose tackle, was there, along with number 72, Mel Lunsford.
Yeah, New England does a great job against the rush. They have all year. Dale Williams, Miami, the only man to rush for over 100 yards. But there is a lot of time, almost 12 minutes in the 3rd period, and Earl Campbell is fast approaching 100 yards rushing.
3rd down and 2. Conrad Rucker comes in. 2 tight ends on the set. Rich Casper in motion. Campbell. He'll pick up the 1st down. Right at the marker. He needed 2 yards. It looked as if he got it all. Raymond Hamilton, 6'1", 245, out of the University of Oklahoma. In the offseason, he is a pro tennis official.
Boy, would you argue with him?
No. Even if I was Nastasi, I would not argue with Raymond Hamilton. It is a 1st down. Now Tony McGee comes in. Lunsford comes out for the defense.
I'm sure New England, what they want to do now, they got to stop him on 1st down.
First back through is Tim Wilson as Campbell has come out for a breather, replaced by Ronnie Coleman. Raymond Hamilton, Sam Hunt on the tackle.
And they did it that time. That's the down that they wanted to stop Houston. Try to force them into a passing situation. Take 50% of the offense away. Otherwise, take the run away, force them to pass. That could be bad news the way Pastorini has been throwing the ball today.
2nd and 11 at the 20-yard line, a loss of 1. Coleman and Wilson are the 2 setbacks. Wilson. And he is cut down by Tim Fox. About 4 yards shy of the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 13-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
They're looking for points now, Charlie. They're down in the area of a field goal range, very much in field goal range. And every point now that Houston can nail on that scoreboard makes it that much more difficult for this New England team.
You throw to Mike Barber in the corner of the end zone, touchdown if he catches it, incomplete, and then go with a field goal?
He's a pretty good man to go to. He's been catching them all afternoon.
No, straight shot up the middle. Close to the 1st down is Ronnie Coleman. Richard Bishop is the man who stopped him. He needed 4 yards. And we could be looking at a measurement. Coleman from Alabama A&M in his 5th year, a free agent in 1974. On the year at 180 yards total rushing. That's just a couple of games for Earl Campbell. Here's the measurement. He got it, an important 1st down, 9-yard line. 1st down, goal to go. Oilers want to blow it wide open right now.
You had a conversation with Bum Phillips yesterday, and he mentioned something to that effect. He thought perhaps this game would be a blowout, one way or the other.
He did not feel it would be a close ball game. Campbell is back in. Wilson.
Tried a little delayed draw up the middle, hoping that maybe the defensive end would overrun it, but they played it very well, stopping him on 1st down.
Also hoping the defense was keying on Earl Campbell.
Full attempt.
Burrow in motion. The pitch is to Coleman. Coleman's in trouble. He will lose about 6 yards on the play. Look at the conversions for Houston. 9 out of 10. They'd have to score a touchdown to make it here for a conversion. Tim Wilson just getting Tony Fritz a little closer. Tim Fox makes the tackle. If they block it, they'll have to come over the center, Karl Mott. It is good. From 30 yards away, Tony Fritz hits the field goal, and Houston now leads New England by a score of 24-0. This is one of our announcers this year, along with Bruce Devlin, Bob Govey, Arnold Palmer, Tom Seaver, and hosting will be John Brody.
20 yards deep.
Morgan wide to the far side, Jackson to the near side. Here's the screen. Pass is complete to Sam Cunningham.
They don't want to give up the long bomb, though.
First down, give us to Cunningham. Dive. Stanley Morgan wide to the far side. Running backs are split. Owen to throw. Good protection. Pass is complete. 42-yard line. 4 of 17 for 42 yards as he has been in the ballgame. He is pulled down at the 37-yard line. He'll lose about 5. It was Robert Brazil who got him, the weak side linebacker for the Houston Oilers.
That's the third set.
Jones, Lynn Dawson. It is Houston 24, New England nothing, with 4:42 time remaining, third quarter. Gerald Wilson to kick. Robert Wood set up for the return. Wind holds it up. Woods plays it on the hop, and he is dropped at the 25-yard line.
We played and won it. Dallas Cowboys also the only other team to make it to the Super Bowl, so it can be done.
To make it to the Super Bowl as a wild card, and they lost the year that they were a wild card. Earl Campbell, the ball carrier, line of scrimmage at 26. He picks up 5 to the 31.
The fact that Houston is just playing such a great football game.
I was about to drop another statistic on you.
Illegal motion, number 86, offense, declined, third down.
Call on Mike Barber, the tight end.
Well, I guess everything he's done this afternoon, he deserves one mistake.
All right. Third down and 7, 29-yard line.
But only one.
Robert Woods is in. Campbell has come out. Wilson is the remaining back. No gain. So that means that Cliff Parsley will come in to kick it away. And at his own 28-yard line. David Carter with the snap. And it's a beauty. Fair catch is called for and taken near the 25-yard line. So New England will have the football on their own 25-yard line. A punt of 48 yards for Cliff Parsley. We'll be back in a moment as the Oilers lead it 24-0. There's the man, and that is official yardage thus far with 2:56 time remaining in the third quarter. Earl Campbell.
Can you tell how the game is going by just looking at him?
New England first down, their own 25-yard line. On the draw, Andy Johnson. Okay. It'll be second and 10, and Curly Cup, your former teammate, and also aware of a Super Bowl ring.
He's wearing one. He knows what it takes to make it there.
Tomorrow, the Rose Bowl on NBC, Michigan. Tom Owen. Pass is incomplete, right through the hands of the intended receiver, Sam Cunningham. It'll be third down and 10. Now, in the Rose Bowl, and in addition, the Orange Bowl, the rematch between Oklahoma and Nebraska. What a great day on NBC it will be tomorrow. First down, New England. Andy.
Because he understands the problems of the quarterbacking position.
Owen under pressure. He is decked, and a flag goes down. Unnecessary roughness will be called against the Houston Oilers. I believe on Robert Brazil. He got too high. You can't hit him above the shoulder pad.
Not above.
Tom Owen now has completed 5 of 9 for 50 yards. Going to to his secondary receiver, who is Sam Cunningham. Thompson drops it.
Well, that's a good play by Tom Owen because I think there's a lot of the media
And
people
a
here.
challenge. That's what the story is. Pass is complete. Stanley Morgan. Tom Owen at quarterback has the Patriots on the march. Billy Alexander makes the tackle.
Pass.
Andy Johnson. It is there. Touchdown. Harold Jackson. Remember a moment ago, the running quarterback from Georgia.
Well, he also must have been throwing the ball along with running it at Georgia because that was an excellent call in that situation. There was a first down situation on the 24-yard line. There it is. Guards pulling. This is looking. He puts it under his arm. Really a great move. They think it's pass. One-on-one out here. Defensive back looked into the backfield. Willie Alexander perhaps took a peek back there. Harold Jackson wide open.
Posey with the extra point. It is good. It is Houston 24, New England 7. We look one more time.
Look at he put the ball. Now that looks like a run because he's got it under his arm. Now he steps up in a hurry, gets rid of it. Nice trajectory. Easy catch for number 29, Harold Jackson.
And he throws like a quarterback, too. That is the third pass this year by Andy Johnson, but
they're anticipating onside kick.
They don't get it. It is taken instead by Woods as he was the up back. Jordan was the deep back. A scramble for the ball at the end. Everybody held their breath for a fumble. It was not there. Houston has the ball. Dick Kahn makes the tackle. 8 seconds left in the third quarter. Houston 24, New England 7, but right now.
What New England needs now is more emotion out there.
From the Houston 40-yard line. Earl Campbell. Mike Haynes cuts him down on the last play of the third quarter. Houston 24, New England 7.
To ignite.
Houston has the ball. It is 2nd and 13 on their own 37-yard line as we start the fourth quarter. Pastorini is sacked. Third sack of the ball game for the Patriots. And boy, when the offense comes alive, so does the defense.
Well, I'll tell you, they're going all out because they're blitzing people out there. Safety men coming, linebackers coming. They're trying to put pressure. It's all out. They've got to gamble. They're down too much right now with 15 minutes to go. They've got to turn things over. They've got to do something defensively and come up with a football.
Number 64, Richard Bishop.
Earl Campbell got a good block, but he had 2 men, and he decided to take the safety man, leaving Bishop free to nail Pastorini.
Third sack, it'll be 3rd and 21. Houston now at their own 29-yard line. And this crowd has finally come alive. Quick screen, Robert Woods. Doug Bedoin wraps him up immediately. 0.5-yard average. Stanley Morgan set to return.
They may go after him.
David Carter with the snap. It is perfect. They set up the return. Morgan takes it on the run. Slips one tackle. Heads for the sideline, goes out of bounds. New England will have not excellent, but they will have good field position. November the 12th, they have not been able to do it. Can they regain what they had early in the season?
We're going to see right now because this is the big series coming up.
Owen under pressure. Francis is there. Has it. Picks up about 4 yards on the play. Tom Owen was just throwing it up and hoping that Russ Francis was there.
He got that ball so high in the air, Francis probably didn't know whether to fair catch it or not.
2nd down and 6. Owen throws far side. It is too high. Sailed on him a bit. 3rd down and 6. 12:57 left to go in the game. Owen throws. Incomplete. High, lazy floater. Woods is deep. Watches it. Goes into the end zone. A break for the Houston Oilers. They'll have it out at the 20-yard line. 12:44. They'll want to use the clock, and they'll go to their man, Earl Campbell. So they immediately go to their man, Tim Wilson.
No, because Houston is keying on Earl Campbell. What New England is. New England has to do now. They've got to gamble. They did it in the last series, and they were successful. When you gamble by blitzing safeties and linebackers, if, for example, a running play, they get by that line of scrimmage, the pursuit is gone.
Ernie Holmes, now the nose tackle, has been with New England now his 4th game, as you know, with Pittsburgh, then with Tampa Bay early part of this season. He joins Lunsford and Bishop in that front 3. Fumble! Pastorini falls on it. Back at the 13-yard line. That's the kind of gamble you were talking about. Go for the football.
The type of defensive play that New England must come up with. Fortunately for Houston, Dan did an outstanding job on that synthetic turf of recovering the fumble.
Super Sunday on NBC. We'll talk about that in a moment. Let's look again.
See, the ball just pops loose. Unfortunately, it bounced backward, where the only man back there was number 7, Dante Pastorini. You can see, he's done that before. What about Super Sunday?
Super Sunday, we'll start it off with NBC Sports World, and we have an NFL complete recap of this season like you have never seen before in a special edition. 2 hours, NFL 78, and then Super Bowl 13. Wilson, 18-yard line, it'll be 4th down. Cliff Parsley will be kicking a check of the clock. Shows 11:23 time remaining.
You know, you were talking about Super Sunday. They're going to have flashbacks, super flashbacks, the replay of the first 12 Super Bowls, and they're going to show the news of that year and day, plus the highlights and heroes of each game. And playing in 2 of them, I had the bum in one of them. And
no, you weren't the bum. Not in Super Bowl 1. That was a great experience, son. I worked the sidelines for NBC in that. Now, this is the problem of Cliff Parsley. David Carter is the snapper. If they go for a block, they try to go over the center. That is the weak link because his arms are underneath. Not in a good blocking position. Has pressure, but gets it away. Morgan watches it. Takes a New England roll. It'll be down. The Patriots will have excellent field position just inside the Houston 45-yard line. See how Whittington was down very quickly on the coverage.
You know, you mentioned about that center. You know, that's an awkward position with your head down. If somebody wants to massage your head a little bit when you're over there, some 280-pound defensive lineman, it's not the ideal position to be in.
Now, the winner here this afternoon will go on to the championship game. As you know, yesterday, Pittsburgh defeated Denver at Pittsburgh. It'll be either Houston or New England. Right now, the Oilers have the edge 24-7, but right now New England is trying to piece together a comeback, and they do it. Owen, they rule it an incomplete pass as he was hit.
Once again, you look at the pressure that's being applied on that quarterback. They can blitz one linebacker, and Robert Brazil was one of the linebackers that went in and applying a pressure. They don't have to worry about the run right now because of the lead that they have and 10.5 minutes remaining in the final quarter. So those big old defensive linemen are lining up and taking off about 7 or 8 yards deep. You see, here they come. Forget about the run. Let's go after them. They got 2 linebackers coming, and it just collapses. That pocket collapses, and there's no way to see, no way to step up and throw.
Andy Doris and Ken Kennard joining Elvin Bethea with the pressure on the quarterback. 2nd and 10. Oh, and under pressure again. Throws, it's complete. Russ Francis, the tight end, 30-yard line. First down.
Well, I'll say this that time. Tom Owens stayed right in there really great because Bingham nailed him just as he's getting ready to the ball. Number 81, Russ Francis, coming up, coming across. He's wide open right now. The ball right on target. Picks up the first down. That's Russ Francis. Meanwhile, back in the other direction, number 17, Tom Owens, is going to be greeted by 54, Greg Bingham. Yetzer.
Back to live action, the ball carrier is Sam Cunningham on a draw from the 30-yard line to the 23. A quick 7 yards. It'll be 2nd down and around 3. 9:44 on the clock.
What New England's got to start doing now, they got to get moving. They got to speed up this pace offensively because now they're fighting the clock. 9.5 minutes remaining. They've got to get those plays in and out. They can't be taking too much time.
Following the action this afternoon, the Sperry NFL report on NBC. They mark it as a 24-yard line, so it is 2nd down and 4. 9:22. Clock is moving. Tom Owens. Replacing Francis. He's there. Touchdown. Russ Francis.
corner of the end zone. Great throw. And they're back in this ball game.
David Posey, extra point attempt. It is crucial right now. It is good. It is now Houston 24, New England 14. The margin is 10 points. The time remaining is 9 minutes 17 seconds. Russ Francis has pulled Houston, has pulled New England within 10 points of Houston. No onside check. They go deep to Durden. Durden fields it at the 4, 15. Hit down at the 19-yard line. Now for the 4th isolate of the touchdown. And our coverage here this afternoon has been fantastic.
They've really been doing it.
Thanks to all of our people.
Number 17, Tom Owen. I'll tell you, he's been taking some shots after throwing. Now he's looking. He said, come on, be there. All right. Maybe all those licks are worth it after all.
Congratulations to all of our engineers, our cameramen that are spread all over the stadium. Gentlemen, you have done it again. Houston now from the 19-yard line. The crowd calls it back away. You cannot hear what's going on.
Well, that's a wise move by Dan Pastorini. If you can't hear and your wide receivers can't hear the signals, there's no sense of taking any chance whatsoever of jumping off sides and causing a 5-yard penalty. You know, this is a different ball game. This reminds me so much of the last time that these two teams met up here. The second half, Houston, 58 yards, total offense. So New England's been dominated.
Reminds me of this entire NFL season, the comebacks that we have had this year. Wilson and Campbell are the two running backs. 9:08 on the clock. Earl Campbell. He'll lose a yard, maybe 2. Mike Hayes came up from defensive right cornerback. Campbell has now been thrown for losses 6 times today. But from his side of the viewpoint, situations they know he's going to be carrying, like right now.
Well, that's true, but Charlie, look at the change in attitude. The fans, that New England football team, they're fired up now. They were lulling around there for a while, and now they're fired up. They know they're back in this ball game. If that defense can turn over the football to the offense, I'm sure they feel that they can win and score.
2nd and 11 for the Patriots, a 4-man rush.
At least.
Plus linebackers taking the draw. Play action. Passes there. Ken Burrow out of bounds. Has a first down at the 30-yard line.
Well, did you notice how the crowd got quiet after that? That was great timing between Dan Pastorini, number 7, the quarterback. He's keeping his backs into block. You can see Wilson picking up Zabel, but here it is, right on the money, right by the sidelines, right on the numbers. Catch that steps out of bounds.
Big first down for the Oilers. Burrow now 3 receptions, 93 yards in the ball game.
Yeah, that first one, that 71-yarder for a touchdown, was the big catch of the afternoon for Ken Burrow.
8 minutes, 18 seconds remaining. Oilers lead by 10, 24-14.
Oh, they're up. New England's going after it.
Campbell. 6 tough yards before Steve Nelson brings him down. It'll be 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
What New England needs now is that oblong thing they call the football. Because
Campbell's back at 100 yards. Second time he's been there this afternoon.
But there it is. You see a lot of bodies up there, and they're all, New England's coming. They know they got to stop him. Earl Campbell, look how low he is to the ground. Tough to tackle.
He's some kind of a football player, Earl Campbell. 2nd and 4. Pastorini will use all of the clock. 6 seconds in the 30-second clock. 2 seconds in the 30-second clock at the snap. Campbell. Flags are down. Campbell does not gain any yardage. Lunsford makes the tackle and will go down to check the flags, which also stop the clock. Holding against the Houston Oilers. 7:25 time remaining in the game.
They're going to take this penalty. They're going to take him back because it would be 3rd down and only about 3 or 4 yards to go. And
the official game clock.
That's what they're fighting right now. Both teams are playing it, and you witnessed Dan Pastorini with just 2 seconds remaining on that 30-second clock. He utilizes that as well as anybody.
Holding, number 64, offense. Repeat, second down.
George Reiner.
Line of scrimmage, the 26-yard line. 2nd and 14. That is the 30-second clock.
And really right now that doesn't mean as much because the clock won't start until the snap of this football.
But we'll be watching that the rest of the afternoon when the Oilers are on offense. Ronnie Coleman. And you notice the New England defense, come on, get up, get back, get set. The sooner that they get back and get set, the sooner they want that 30-second clock to start.
That's right. Number 50, big Sam Hunt, came up with a big jarring tackle on Ron Coleman that time. Coming up now, 3rd and 11. I doubt if Pastorini will throw the football. I think they'll probably run it and still utilize that clock. Less than 7 minutes remaining in this ball game.
10 seconds of the 30-second clock. 4 seconds. 2 seconds. Ronnie Coleman. It'll be 4th down. The Oilers will be kicking. Steve Nelson and Tim Fox stop it.
Well, I tell you, they're popping out there now, that New England Patriots football team. They're trying to come up with a turnover, and the way to do it is really stick that ball here and maybe get a piece of that football. If you can do that, you can see him coming in. He's going forward, and all of a sudden, wham, he's going backward.
David Carter will be the center. Cliff Parsley will be the kicker, and Stanley Morgan sets up for the return.
They've got plenty of time, Charlie, but they've got to come up with a big play real soon.
The return is on. Morgan at the 33. Flags go down. Morgan goes down. Hasselback was in and around again. Durden was there, 37 yards on the kick. We'll check out the flags. Watch number 80, Don Hasselback.
No, sir. No, sir. You got to get your head around in front of that man, or else it's a clip. That's the one area, you know, that right now with time running out, you should never take a chance.
3rd mistake on Don Hasselback. It has been a tough afternoon for the youngster from Colorado.
Well, he's done a great job all year long on the special teams. So you want somebody to be very eager and aggressive.
Personal foul. Number 80 receiving team during the run back. First.
Mark the ball at the New England 18-yard line, 1st down. 82 yards away. Touchdown and a field goal. We're into overtime. Owen. Couple of pump fakes, goes to Les Francis. Francis pulls it down at the 25-yard line, and Greg Bingham just collects him like a cape.
It looked like Tom Owens was winding up 2 or 3 times before he finally let it go, which means this. Great protection. Russ Francis coming up with some outstanding catches so far this afternoon.
There is the game clock. Time remaining. 2nd and 3. Owen throws over the middle, intercepted. Greg Bingham has the interception. The Oilers have the football. Bingham on the return near the 18-yard line. That is the 3rd interception for the Oilers this afternoon. Grogan twice, and now Tom Owen once. And could wrap this up for the Houston Oilers.
Trying to get it over number 54, Greg Bingham, the inside linebacker. Last week he came up with a big interception. This week also. 54, Bingham, coming up with the interception at a really crucial point in this football game when New England had to move, hopefully to score.
So Houston has the ball at the New England 18-yard line, and the Oilers have the lead as we take another look.
He did not see him, hit him right there, didn't get it up high enough and over number 54, Bingham. Look at that, he thinks he's a running back out of Chicago, Purdue University. also, I noticed when they showed the picture with that cowboy hat, I didn't know they had cowboys up in Chicago, Illinois.
No, but the Oilers have about 5 hats, and they change it for the photo section is what they do. 5 minutes and 7 seconds. Time remaining in the ball game, and there is a very happy Greg Bingham.
And he's not going to give up that football either. You notice that. He took it right to the bench. He's going to make sure that that's going to go home and be in his trophy case. Big interception by Bingham.
First down, Houston, 18-yard line. Campbell. See, they'll mark him out at the 4-yard line. It'll be first down and goal to go for the Houston Oilers as they can wrap it up all right here. The winner here going against Pittsburgh next Sunday at Pittsburgh in the championship game. And Pittsburgh is playing very, very well. Bradshaw had an outstanding game. They looked good yesterday, didn't they? The wide receivers. Well, all receivers. Randy Grossman had a great day, too. Coming up, Sperry NFL reports right after this ball game. Houston Oilers trying to become the 3rd wild card team in history to make it to the Super Bowl. Look at that. I bet he holds it all the way on the flight home. What if he got? I don't wonder if he's going to take it out on the field when he's got to go back out there. Campbell is the remaining back. Campbell is the ball carrier. Earl to about the 2-yard line, where it will be second down and goal to go. 4.5 minutes. Time remaining in the ball game. And you can see Houston taking their good old time about getting back in the huddle, and I'm sure that Dan Pastorini is going to be utilizing that 30-second clock, as we said before. Press conference yesterday. Remember I asked Bum Phillips in the playoff, who has been the money player, who has come through? His first question was, who gets the big check? He said, everybody has done what I've asked them to do. It's been a complete team effort in the playoffs. Earl Campbell, 116 yards thus far. He's the remaining back. Caster in motion. Campbell. He's got it. He's got it. Right in the corner, Earl Campbell. What a year he has had. He does make a difference, doesn't he? And Pastorini, as we said, went right down to about 2 seconds. Now, is Campbell hurt? Comes up limping. Well, he seems to be moving fairly well. Had a man in motion trying to get out in front of Campbell. He's the only remaining back. Giving it to him, and he sees the inside his claw with his speed, hitting to the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. Tony Fritz, he's got it. It is Houston 31, New England 14, 3:50. Time remaining in the ball game. We told you our technicians doing an outstanding job of showing you what's happening down there, and here you can see it's a foot race. Campbell getting just inside the flag for a touchdown. With the interception of Greg Bingham, the touchdown of Earl Campbell, time could well have run out on New England on the season. Earl Campbell. Boy, what a nice young man he is. He certainly is. He's a complete team player. Talked to him yesterday. First thing he said, I want to wish my mother a Happy New Year. Well, she's a wonderful lady. I met her down in Houston. Tony Fritz kicks it off. McAllister on the return, and he goes out of bounds, stopping the clock. Tomorrow on NBC, the Rose Bowl. Depending on what happens in the Sugar Bowl, hey, that could be for #1, Michigan and USC. But the Rose Bowl, it's always great, the granddaddy of them all. O.J. Simpson will be joining John Brody and Kurt Gowdy, and then tomorrow night in the Orange Bowl, the rematch, Oklahoma, Nebraska. That should be fireworks along with halftime. If you're looking for a running attack and a great back, the Heisman Trophy Award winner, Billy Sims for Oklahoma, will be in that ball game, and he is something to watch. And it's going to be Dick Enberg, Merlin Olsen. Ready their coverage for NBC. Owen throwing, pass is complete. Ted Thompson was there for the defense. Sandy Johnson made the reception. Penalty marker drop back at the 25-yard line. The crowd has started to leave here.
Number 17, Tom Owen, he's been popped ever since he's been in this ball game. He's paid the price because he knows those big linemen are coming after him. He just barely gets it off, and that's tough to throw when somebody's got a hold of your ankle.
And you saw the flag come down. We did not pick up the penalty.
Holding, number 67, offense, repeat first down.
From the doctor, the dentist, Bill Linkaitis. What did he do? Just pull his leg out from under him? Is that what he did? First down and 20 at the 23-yard line. 3:36, and they're celebrating already in Houston. And it is dropped. Stanley Morgan couldn't hang on to it.
Well, I'll tell you, that was really a fine, fine throw by Tom Owen because he had to get it over people and get it in a particular spot, and he did it. Stanley Morgan, 86. I'm sure he's saying to himself, brother, I should have had that. Tom Owen, 11 completions out of 19 attempts. Tom Owen knows he's going to get pressure because, you know, Houston doesn't care about the running attack. Their safety some 25 yards back, but look at that's a nice throw right in the spot in the hands. But Stanley Morgan, 86, couldn't come up with it.
Second and 20. Wobbly pass. It is caught. Russ Francis, 40-yard line, about 3 yards shy of the first down. J.C. Wilson makes the tackle, a gain of 17.
Well, the last pass he threw to Stanley Morgan was a beautiful-looking pass. That one looked like a wounded duck coming out there, and it came up with a completion to number 81, Russ Francis.
3:04. Clock is moving. Time remaining in the ball game. Houston 31, New England 14. Russ Francis, 8 receptions, 102 yards. And the rain that we talked about has started to fall here in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Owen going deep over the middle. It is tipped incomplete. Jackson, the intended receiver. It'll be 4th down and 3 at the New England 40-yard line with 2:44 remaining in the game. They've got to go for the first down as they trail 31-14.
He was looking for his back coming out of the backfield just to pick up that first down that last time, Charlie, but the back was well covered, and he was going to his secondary receiver. I think it was 86, maybe Stanley Morgan, who he was trying to hit coming across the middle.
On the Sperry NFL report after the ball game, all things staying the same, Mike Adamle, who is here with us, will be interviewing Earl Campbell. There's the time remaining. 4th down and 3. Owen is hit. Ball pops away. It is a fumble. The Oilers will take over, although New England recovers the fumble. 4th down. Houston will take over. It was Ted Washington and Steve Baumgardner.
They were coming after him this time. Tom Owen, there it is right there. Ted Washington, 59. Now, I think he tries to put it in his left leg. He tries to put it in his left hand and throw it left-handed. Anything to get it downfield because he knew that was the final play if he didn't complete it. This is a 4th down situation, a couple of yards to go. Number 59, Ted Washington, from the outside, gets a hold of his arm. Now he tries to shift the ball to left-hand. Look at that. But not today.
Chuck Fairbanks. It's been a difficult 2 weeks. It's been a difficult afternoon.
Well, he really wanted to win this football game because he didn't want anybody saying that the situation that he was involved with the University of Colorado would be an excuse for losing.
Ronnie Coleman, the ball carrier. Now all the Oilers need to do is to run out the clock. And we will watch that as that becomes as important as anything else right now. New England stops the clock. They trail 31-14. Super Bowl Saturday night. I'm looking forward to that show. Saturday night from the Super Bowl. Ted Knight will be one of the co-hosts. And also, a lot of the stars that you were talking about are going to be predicting the Super Bowl score. That could be dangerous.
That's
I've never even been close on those.
That's the non-football playing stars.
Yes. And who will be predicting the scores?
Well, Ted McKnight is there. Johnny Carson, Ed McMahon, Elliott Gould, Gabe Kaplan, Lee Majors, Dean Martin, Joe Namath, Ellie Savales, Susan St. James, Don Rickles, Angie Dickinson, Michael Landon. They'll all be making their predictions.
I bet Namath's prediction is the best of all. He's an excellent predictor.
He predicted one in Super Bowl number 3, and that's going to be one of the highlights also of Super Bowl Sunday. When they take all 12 Super Bowl games and show you the highlights of the game, the heroes, the story of the day.
Gifford Nielsen is now the quarterback for the Houston Oilers. Pastorini is on the far sideline. They want to make sure that he does not get hurt in the ball game. Brian Duncan is in for Houston. And all of the names really become academic because it has been the team of the Houston Oilers against the team of the New England Patriots, and the Oilers lead.
Dan Pastorini, 12 for 15, 200 yards, 3 touchdown passes. Another outstanding afternoon for Dan Pastorini.
Oilers are hot in the playoffs. And right now, this is a prediction with 2:04 remaining. Next Sunday, it'll be Houston against Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh. And I know that the Steelers are watching.
Charlie, you're really going out on a limb, aren't you?
You bet. I'm very tough with 2:04.
2:04 to go, 31-14 the score. I'd say that was a fairly safe prediction.
Kurt Gowdy, John Brody, and Merlin Olsen will be in Pittsburgh.
Listen, that's going to be a great football game because both teams, I think, are reaching a peak level of performance right now in the playoffs for that championship game.
Remember when they played each other during the regular season?
Yes, sir. The last time that they met down in Houston, I was at that ball game to broadcast it, and it was one of the most physical football games that I've ever seen. That was a game that Pastorini broke his ribs, Campbell broke his ribs. There's going to be some hitting in Pittsburgh next Sunday.
Larry Poole is the ball carrier as Bum Phillips now has taken his starters out of the ball game. They get a little bit of a breather. We'll take a break here. The 2-minute warning as you look to Dan Pastorini. What a year he's had. The best in his career. Last 2 ball games have been the best 2 in his career. We'll be back in a moment. On NBC from Miami on January the 21st. 1:59 left to go in this ball game. Larry Poole carries. Tim Fox makes the tackle. As the Houston Oilers will try to become only the 3rd wild card team in Super Bowl history to make it to the Super Bowl. Kansas City, they won it. Dallas, I believe in 1975, they were the wild card team. They lost that year.
Well, you know, the thing is, this is sudden death now. You know, this is a new season, regardless of how you got here. They're there. You know, they're here, and it's how you perform in this sudden death situation. And so far, Houston has been playing extremely well because they beat a fine Miami team.
A minute 12 left to go this afternoon. Brian Duncan from SMU is the ball carrier. Steve Nelson makes the tackle, and the clock continues on its inexorable march toward 000. Executive producer of NFL Football, Don Omeyer. Today's telecast produced by David Stern. Kenny Fouts was the director. Bruce Berquist, our technical director. John Gonzalez, our second unit director. Vern Meyer, our associate director. We call him an AD. And gentlemen, a great job. Congratulations to you. And also to everybody from NBC that we worked with this year. It has been a tremendous season.
Yes, and also I think we'd like to take this opportunity to wish everybody out there a very happy and prosperous New Year. And
a safe New Year. A safe New Year's Eve. And we look forward to peace in our land.
Very nice, Charlie. I like that.
Thank you. 42 seconds left to go in the season for the New England Patriots. And that is the time remaining for the Houston Oilers to start their celebration here. Greg Bingham, if you go back, turned it around at the moment that the Patriots started to grab the momentum, pull within 10. Interception, Camo with the score. You mentioned Ken Burrow, the early touchdown. A lot of big plays this afternoon for the Houston Oilers. Larry Poole, the ball carrier, as we watch Ernie Holmes, formerly with the Steelers. He knows what the Super Bowl is all about.
There's a yellow flag right at his feet, too,
of course,
because Ernie was a little overzealous in trying to bring the ball carrier down. I think he tried to separate his head from his shoulders in doing it.
36 seconds left this afternoon. Then it's on to the championship game. The survivor between Pittsburgh and Houston will then move 2 weeks later to the Super Bowl on NBC. And they'll be going against either Dallas or the winner between Minnesota and Los Angeles. Here's the call on the penalty.
Face mask, number 53, defense. Half the distance penalty.
Be sure to stay tuned with us right after the ballgame. Sperry NFL Report. Mike Adamle will be talking with Earl Campbell. Brian Gumbel is shuffling his papers in New York. He's all ready to go.
All right.
Hang in there, Brian. We'll be getting to you in a minute. And Mike has moved into the locker room out of the rain. A little drizzle that started here late in the ballgame. We'll wrap it up. Will not count it here. They'll have to count it down. The television viewers in Houston. Bum Phillips, the king of the one-liners I've ever known, and one of the most honest men I've ever known.
He sure is. I think he's probably as honest as any coach that I've ever talked with.
You ask him a question and he will give you afternoon. The Oilers will go against the Pittsburgh Steelers on NBC in the championship game.
Charlie, it's going to be a great football game because both teams are just playing excellent football right now. That is going to be a rematch of a game a couple of weeks ago between the two teams. It's going to be a very physical football game, unquestionably so.
You mentioned to me, driving to the stadium this morning, it was an attitude that a winner has, and the Houston Oilers have that attitude. Once again, the final score, New England 14, Houston 31. So long. From here, let's go to Bryant Gumbel in New York.
Okay, Charlie Jones, thank you very much. With a 31-14 win over New England, the Houston Oilers have become the Denver Broncos of 1978, the AFC's Cinderella team, as it will. They'll go on to play the Pittsburgh Steelers next week in the AFC Championship. We'll be back after these messages from your local station. Again, everyone, I'm Brian Gumbel in New York. Mike Adamle is at Foxborough Stadium. He's going to have some interviews with the principals involved in today's game, a game that the Houston Oilers completely dominated from start to finish, winning it 31-14. Their offense was impressive. The Houston defense was equally impressive, taking away everything that Steve Grogan had to offer. Early on, it was Elvin Bethea, 65, and James Young, number 77, just taking everything away from Grogan after the defensive secondary had knocked down his receivers. In the second quarter, New England had a first and 10 on the 43 with the score 7-0 when Grogan was hit under pressure and a pass fell incomplete. The second quarter again, he goes up top, only this time it's intercepted by Mike Reinfeldt down on the goal line. Still in the second quarter, nothing was working for Grogan. It seemed early on that his favorite receiver was Reinfeldt as he came up with his second interception. Number 37, like all the Oilers today, played a whale of a ball game on defense. In the second half, it was no different. The Houston defense just kept the pressure up, sacked right here by Robert Brazil, taking Tom Owen down. Then in the fourth quarter, when the Patriots thought they still might come back, it was Greg Bingham coming up big with an interception. From start to finish, that is the way it went for the Houston Oilers. They took everything away from the Patriots. They made them throw the ball after they fell behind, and then they just simply beat them 31-14. We'll come back right after this word from Sperry. Good reason.